Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a cool, crisp evening tonight here at Waylon Jennings Stadium, where the Page Patriots will be taking on the Fairview Yellow Jackets. I'm Will Shipman along with Paul Brees here to call the action for you tonight. Got two teams, identical records, 4-3 from the same district. And this is the first time in a while, Coach, that this game has had some ramifications within district standings. And so it's homecoming tonight at Page. As you can see, the crowd, the weather kind of keeping the crowd down a little bit. There's a little mist in the air, and the field's kind of damp. So ball control is going to be an issue tonight, as both teams will say run the ball. They'll might throw in the air just a little bit, but given the weather conditions tonight, we could probably expect to see the ball kept on the ground. And actually probably both teams wanting to keep the ball off the ground, as turnovers will probably be the difference in tonight's game. Well, Page won the toss and deferred, so they're going to kick off to Fairview to start this game, and the opening kickoff is going to be driven back, taken within the 5. And looks like we got a reverse off the bat, coming around in with plenty of room. There's nobody in front, as Devin Pinner is going to take the opening kickoff all the way back for a touchdown.
Well, you got to give Chris Hughes and the Fairview Yellow Jackets, first-year coach for the Fairview team, a little credit right there. They were on the field quite a bit early, Will, just warming up, trying to find some bodies. And Coach Hughes had a little trick up his sleeve there the first play, and 6-0.
Yeah, the crowd that made the long trek across the county from Fairview over here to Page, they've got something to cheer about early. 98 yards on the return. And so now, for the extra point, got Caleb Duke.
And for the point after attempt, number 6, Caleb Duke. Holding for the point after attempt, number 5, Alex Gertruson.
Gertruson will hold. He places it down. The kick is up, and it's not even going to make it to the goalpost, as it is short. But some fireworks to start off here, Coach. A little trickeration to get us going, and the reverse on the kickoff gives Fairview the early 6-0 lead.
Well, you know, I was ready to get my stats out for the offense, and Fairview is just taking that back into a delay area. And, you know, Fairview last week played a unbelievable Giles County team who also is they beat Page 16-8, but Fairview lost 54-21. And, of course, early on the game was kind of out of hand early, and, you know, Fairview had to kind of put the ball up in the air a little bit, get a little confidence, got a couple of scores at the end. And it looks like they've come to play and break the homecoming spirits of the Patriots.
Well, right now the crowd over here is kind of stunned. The late arriving crowd, still a few people coming in, but right now the Page Patriots are now going to have to answer the call as Fairview strikes first.
Well, you know, it wouldn't surprise me right here if the Yellow Jackets maybe kick an onside kick. Just that type of mentality right now to say, hey, we have nothing to lose.
Well, it's that type of night, those types of conditions. And, you know, right now, one of the things that we talk about here at the opening, we got an email earlier today. We're talking to Fairview coach and talking about Williamson. He said he has got some injury issues that we'll discuss as the game goes along. The kickoff is taken back by Page. Oh, man, it's all the way one man to beat is the kicker. He gets by him. It's a foot race. And just to start off this game, no flags, as the Patriots answer with a touchdown, and there's going to be some flags for celebration. But a 95-yard kickoff return as Lockridge takes it all the way back, and so answering the bell, Coach.
They would definitely, the punches have been traded.
Yeah.
And now we'll see the all-important extra point that's going to actually be moved back 15 yards.
Well, Fairview will have the choice here. They'll have the option. They can move it back on the extra point, or they can move it back on the kickoff, and that's what the referee you see here discussing with the captain.
Yeah.
And,
to me, it's a simple decision. You go ahead and move them back now.
Well, if you move them back now.
I mean, with the field conditions, the wind conditions, I mean, the weather is not very conducive to a kicking game right now. So,
and they are. The touchdown's good. And they're going to assess it on the kickoff.
Well, there you go.
You know, the point. So
guess we're going to roll the dice.
Yeah. So Fairview is going to play defense, but it looks like Page is coming out with their offense and is going to go for two.
Yeah.
So
well, I think Coach Daniels playing a little chess match with Coach Hughes over there and says, listen, if you're not going to assess the 15 yards, we're going to go ahead and go for two here. And Zach Freeman, the quarterback, is going to try to make something happen. So
we'll see what happens here. Zach Freeman is a quarterback, and Lockridge is lined up behind him in this pistol formation, kind of like from Nevada. This Coach Alt out there is the one who came up with this idea of an offense. The pass to Caps is incomplete, so the two-point conversion is no good. But, well, Coach, we played a little over 30 seconds, and we've had 2 kickoff returns for touchdown. So we're tied up at 6.
Yeah, 12 total points scored, and so far no tackles on the night. So that is going to be an exciting night. It's usually a low-scoring game with these type of conditions, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited now.
Yeah. You see there the Page Patriot Band gave us a wonderful rendition of the national anthem before we started, and so now the mood is kind of shifted. the Fairview crowd is kind of on their hands now, but this Page crowd now, the homecoming crowd, is revitalized with the 95-yard kickoff return.
Well, maybe Coach Hughes will take my advice next time and kick an onside kick. Well, we'll see what kind of now you talk about having to kick 15 yards back, and then now it's going to spot it at the 25. And if that's the case, Fairview may get a great field position.
Kominek is there to kick. They're going to have to kick off now from the 25-yard line after the 15-yard penalty was assessed for unsportsmanlike conduct in the celebration. So, Penner and Bob back to receive. There's the whistle. Let's see what Page does with this kick. And it's going to be a pop-up in the air. And it's fumbled. Let's see who fell on it. And the referees are going to say Fairview fell on it. As Logan Cavender covers the kickoff. Well, let's get the offensive starters for Fairview now that we have offense on the field. The quarterback is going to be Daniel Reynez. Now, running back is Devin Penner and Bobby Brock. Fullback Wayne Jarosky. Hunter Branch and Alex Gertchen, the wide receivers. Ben Brooks, Zane Davidson, Jacob Herndon, Jacob Chapadale, and
well, one thing you're going to see with the Fairview offense is going to be multiple formations.
And multiple formations and looks.
And you just saw that. We talked about Fairview being out on the field early and working over some things, but on this Page defense.
Well, Cole Phillips, Adam Moons, Matt Herb, and Jack Robertson, defensive line. Aaron Mahasi, Hunter Custer, Allie Breckenridge, linebackers, Ryan Capps, Jordan Sheffield, Luke Hebert, and Cole Mienick, the safeties.
Second down and 14 for the Yellow Jackets.
So Daniel Raines is back. Quarterback, he will take the snap, and he's going to run off here to the left-hand side. He's got a blocker out front. He's going to get across the midfield and across the 40-yard line. Big gain is going to pick up the first down.
Well, the quarterback, Daniel Raines, is an experienced young man. He's already got 10 touchdowns on the season, and he's 568 yards passing. But this year he's already got 422 yards on the ground. So multi-purpose kind of quarterback, can do it with his feet and his arms. So, and again, this Fairview offense will the fast-paced, up-tempo, no huddle, and let's get as many plays as we can.
21-yard gain on the run. And another quarterback draw. He'll go right side, go up the middle. He'll gain a few yards, cross the 35 down to. Looks like they're going to mark him about the 33-yard line, so gain of 3 on the play.
On the carry for the Yellow Jackets, number 9, Daniel Raines.
So I'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, Raines kind of reminds me of Alex Heckman down in Independence. Very good athlete, and we talk about Heckman being the core of that group down there for the Eagles. Raines is kind of out of the same mold. As many times as he can touch the ball, the better the offense is for Fairview.
Send a man in motion. This time Raines fakes, and he's going to throw it out to the side. That pass is going to be incomplete. It's intended for Devin Penner, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 now. And there you see the Fairview offense, Chris Hughes, they call the play in from the sideline. Really no huddle. Everybody's eyes is on the sidelines to get the play. It's a shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers, 2 guys in the slot. The pass out at the flat is caught. And this is going to be close. He may be just a little short. Let's see where they mark him. He is going to be short. He's going to be short by about a yard.
Well, Bobby Bach, the receiver right there, has been around this Fairview program a long time, and the sure-handed receiver with 10 catches on the year for 135 yards.
So they're going to mark this just inside the 28-yard line. So about a yard and a half to go here. As Fairview will go forward on 4th down, deep in Page territory. Taking a long time in the huddle. We'll have to keep an eye on the bag judge is starting his 5 count. I think Coach Hughes is going to have to call a timeout. And they get it. They get the timeout. So they're going to have to talk about it. So the first timeout on the field. 9:38 to go here in the first quarter. Score tied still at 6. And as we said, it's homecoming tonight. There you see the homecoming party here from Page High School. They got some chairs out on the track. Everybody dressed up and bundled up. Keep warm. As we said, it's a cold night as temperatures have dropped into the 40s, but the wind out there is howling about 10 to 15 miles an hour, so making it feel like the mid to upper 30s here at game time. So now we think Coach Hughes probably going to keep it in Raines' hands here, trying to draw up something, maybe a counter of some sort. Try to get his team going. As we said earlier, the Fairview, one thing they talked about with us earlier this week is some injury issues that they kind of have. They said they started dressed out with 60 to start the year. Tonight, as we were counting helmets, we only count about 37 or 38. So Fairview having to deal with injuries here as they enter the 7th game of the season. So here we go, 4th and a half, yard and a half. Raines just takes up the middle. I don't know. This is going to be close. And we'll see where they mark it. We may have to measure this. As the head linesman comes in, he's got a right foot spot. The field judge came over and got the football from Page, and he's going to be stopped short. So a first down for the Patriots now as the defense stops Fairview on 4th and 2.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the coach does have the option to ask for a measurement, yes or no?
Well, yeah, the coach would have an option to ask for measurement here, and it's not a bad idea for the referee not to deny him, say, okay, let me show you. Let's see where it is. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a lot closer.
That's about as close as you can get. Now, what is the spot on the chain?
Well, it's the post. It's the actual post. The referee's got some good eyes. Well, no wonder they called for a measurement, but when they brought it out, at that point, yeah, it does. The nose of the football has to touch that post, so they can roll it. Sometimes you have to roll it back and forth to see if it will. So there you can see it was short by just a hair. And so the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line here. 9:35 to go in the first quarter. We're early on. If you're just joining us, they traded kickoff returns for a touchdown to start the game off. Both missed the extra points. That's why we're tied at 6. Here's a carry by Page. And let's see where they mark him.
On the carry for the Patriots, number 45,
Aaron Mahasi on the carry. He's going to gain 11 yards. And Aaron Mahasi's going to get the first down.
Gain of 11 yards on the play. First down.
Well, Mahasi has he's only got 100 yards and 1 touchdown on the season, but you see Coach Daniels, he's got his lucky orange hat on. Maybe getting some of the good vibe that the Vols pulled out last week.
Well, maybe trying to channel some of that offense that the Vols showed against Georgia. Here is another carry. Mahasi again. This time Mahasi gets across midfield into the Jackets territory at the 47-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 15.
Well, that's going to be a big difference here when you only dress 36-37. Kids will, they're going to have to play both ways. And granted, if it's going to be in a track meet, you got to like Page out of.
Well, right now, looking at the starting lineups for the defense, the Fairview defense has 5 players that are playing both ways.
Well, it looks like Jordan Sheffield got the carry right there.
And Jordan Sheffield there, you saw him in slide coming around the side. He lost a yard. So 2nd and 11 from the 48. Mahasi again, he's got room. He's across the 30. He's going to be drugged down from behind at the 22-yard line. A huge gain of 26 and another first down for Page.
Well, you know, when the safeties are going to lead the team in tackling, Will, it's going to be a long night for you. Devin Penner right there having to come a long way from his safety spot and making that tackle. And Mahasi, he's looking at Coach Daniels like, Coach, we're going back to me again? I'm tired.
Well, the way Mahasi's going right now, he's on pace for a 300-yard gain. Mahasi again, he's going to go right side, and he rumbles across the 20. He's going to get down to the 16. So another gain of 6 for Mahasi.
Mahasi's saying, all right, Coach, I got to fix my shoe. He's coming up with some excuse to come off the line, but you got to give credit to that Page offensive line. That young man right there, granted we're only 5 minutes in the game, he looks like he's played 4 quarters.
Well, Marquise Lockridge coming into the game to replace him. Freeman once again in that short shotgun formation. Lockridge going to go to the outside. He's going to break loose. He's going to get in the end zone for another Page touchdown. 16-yard scamper. And the Patriots will take the lead 12-6 pending the extra point.
Well, you got 2 different style of runners right there. You want Mahasi between the tackles and Lockridge right there outside, and the speed right there shows. And you know, the last 3 games the Page has played, they've have 33-7, 33-7, 28-0. So the offense is clicking.
Well, the offense clicking a lot better than we saw them earlier in the year when they played Ravenwood. But one of the things you could say about that, though, is that they didn't have the advantage at the offensive line. Ravenwood had an advantage in the trenches during that game. So here we go. Page is going to go for 2 again. Freeman this time is going to go under center. And we've got penalty flag, and it's going to be a delay of game as they took too long to get the play in. So now Coach Daniels, you're going to look at now a extra point attempt from the 8-yard line instead of the 3. And he's still going to leave his offense out in the field and go for 2. So Freeman once again going to go under center. Hands off to Lockridge. Lockridge makes a couple of moves, goes up the middle. He gets across for the two-point conversion. So Page Patriots march down the field. They didn't take much time. A huge drive, 74 yards. And with 7:08 to go in the first quarter, the Page Patriots lead the Fairview Jackets 14-6.
Well, you see Lockridge right there just getting outside the corner. You got to give credit to the wide receivers who are staying on their blocks out there on the receivers. And Lockridge, big kickoff return and a touchdown run. It's a nice night for him.
Well, and on a night like this, in the conditions that we have, you would expect, the wide receivers are going to have to block tonight, be the focus of their game. In the high school game, that seems to be one of the more important things. If you can have good blocking wide receivers, that will extend your running game.
Well, if we go back to the Fairview offensive series, they were less than an inch away from continuing their drive. And just that 1 inch right there, you saw Page took advantage of that situation, and you drove 74 yards for that score. And you look for Page here in Cole Meenick to maybe not kick it deep again. That last time the chip shot was way for a fair catch, and it was kind of bobbled and recovered back to Fairview, but I think Coach Daniels is probably going to take his chances and go ahead and try to keep it short up there.
Let's see what Meenick does. He's going to kick it away this time.
Yeah.
So from about the 7-yard line, here's the return. This time this return's not going to go anywhere. So he'll be brought down at the 20. This return by Bobby Bach. So Fairview will take over at Fairview will take over right on the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Well, the one thing Fairview can't do, Will, is they can't go 3 and out right here. They're going to get caught behind the 8 ball, so to say. And
well, here we go. The Page crowd cheering on their defense as Fairview brings their team up to the line. The snap is bobbled, but there's a whistle on the play. The play will be dead, as that probably means it's going to be a false start. Let's see. And the false start against the Jackets. So that'll back them up 5 more. So 1st and 15 now from the 15-yard line. So we'll line back up. Send the man in motion. Handoff this time. As Penner gets it, he's going to get back the 5 yards plus 1 more. So a gain of 6 on the play, bring up 2nd and 9. That's 6, number Caleb Duke on the carry.
Well, you see Duke getting to the outside, and the difference between that play and then what Page is running is the Fairview wide receivers need to continue the blocks and give their running backs that opportunity to continue down that white line.
And you'll have to forgive me tonight, folks, because these yellow numbers on white jerseys going to be a little hard to decipher sometimes. It's kind of like UT's white jerseys with orange numbers. Man in motion again. Raines keeps it. He's not going to get much. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. So Daniel Raines doesn't gain anything. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. So this is a big play here for Fairview. Like I said, Coach, the last thing they can afford right now is another 3 and out.
Well, we saw Fairview warming up. It looked like they were having difficulty catching the ball. Again, if you take a look at that flag over there, we're having the luxury of being in the press box, but that flag is whipping.
Yep.
And
it's pointing into the face. The wind's blowing into the face of the Fairview offense right now. Raines is going to go back to throw. Throws over here to the side. Lost it up in the air, but nobody can get to it as it falls incomplete. So now 4th and 9 from the 21. And here comes the special teams unit. And there you get a good shot, folks, of the flag as it's whipped around the pole.
Brings up 4th down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets.
On a cold mid-October night. This is more like weather we expect during playoff time in February
exactly
or in
right.
November, Coach.
Well, no, that's a great catch of the snap.
Yeah, great catch of the snap. Ball falls short. Caps is going to field it on a hop. He's going to run back toward the middle of the field, but he's going to gain about 8 on the return, get to the 40-yard line. So that's where Page will take over, 1st and 10. 5:48 to go here in the first quarter. Page with the ball back in a short field, leading 14-6.
First and 10 Patriots at the Yellow Jackets.
Well, you know, you go back to the Page offense, and Zach Freeman has done a business-like job right now, just controlling the offense and letting Mahashi and Lockridge do the job. Lockridge on the year, 877 yards and 14 touchdowns. So anytime you get the ball in that man's hands, and it looks like they're going to go up top.
Deep throw down the sidelines is going to be overthrown and incomplete.
Well, you know the difference between that throw and what Raines for Fairview did is that wind. You saw that that ball was at least 5-6 yards ahead of the receiver, and the Fairview pass was 5 or 6 yards in front of the receiver. So that wind's going to play effect, but you got to give Coach Daniels credit for going up top early in this drive with good field position.
I think he just wanted to see, and he has all the confidence. He's got to have all the confidence in the world with his running game right now. Lockridge going to get it, and he's going to be drugged down from behind. Great tackle.
Wayne Jaworski.
Wayne Jaworski getting in there. And a gain of 2 on the play, so it brings up 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Patriots.
Freeman going to go back. He's going to throw it over here to the side. And he's going to slip a couple of tackles. I think it's Caps on the carry, and he's going to be leveled at the 32. So a gain of 6 and 5.5. It's going to be between the 30 and the 32. They're going to place the ball, so we're going to get 4th down and 2 to go. More like 2.5.
Brings up 4th down and 2 for the Patriots.
And so let's see what the Patriots call here to try to convert and keep the chains moving here.
Well, Mahashi not on the field, started out this first quarter, you know, running the ball with some authority, and it looks like Lockridge now is going to come back in out formation. And
they hand it to the fullback,
On the carry for the Patriots.
Alec Breckenridge. On the carry, he gets across the 30, and he will get the 1st down.
Tackle the play by number 45.
well, just a quick hitter to Breckenridge, and needed 1, and he got 1.5.
Patriot fans, that is on First Tennessee Bank. 1st down, Page.
So here we go. Page will take a 1st down from the 29. Has needed 2 and got 3. So now a little different look from Page. We got 3 receivers here at the bottom, only 1 man in the backfield. Freeman's going to roll out. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down. Great rush there by the Fairview defense. As he is sacked, he's brought down.
Well, Jaworski right there, 25, been on a couple of tackles, and he came from the outside, up top on his backside.
And that's a loss of 10 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 20 from the 39-yard line. So Page trying to get the passing game going here, Coach, but the passing game's going the wrong way.
Well, sometimes coaches, when they feel like they're comfortable offensively, they start doing things they really don't need to, and here comes.
And that time timing the snap perfectly.
Well, Levi McDonald, 44. Only a freshman, according to what I've got.
And he loses 11 more back to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and you know, going back to the point I was trying to make is, you know, sometimes they feel like, okay, we can run our offense, and score at will. Sometimes they try to open their playbook a little more. And, right here, I think Page should just kind of settle down, go back to what they did that first offensive drive they had when they ran down the field 74 yards. But
well, here we go, Coach. Third down in Nolensville to go right here. 3rd and 31.
Or Arno Road.
Yeah, they got to get over to the middle school across the road to get the first down on this one. And Coach Jack Daniels wants to talk about it. He's going to call a timeout here. 3rd and 31. 2:31 to go here in the first quarter. Page High School still leading by 8, 14-6, but in 3rd and very long here to go, Coach. Do you have anything in the playbook for 31 yards?
Well, you may want to just go ahead and launch it deep. If it gets intercepted, it's just as good as a punt. But the Page defense has kind of settled down and done an admirable job on that Fairview offense. They're just trying to figure out what's going on early on. But with Coach Daniels, you never know.
Well, I'd say, it might be one of these things. If you can get a 15 and a 16, you're thinking 2 plays here, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. The timeout's over as both teams are back on field now.
Well, if you are going to go long, you may want to look for Houston Bagsby.
And you might want to change up the snap count this time, too.
Well, Fairview has no safeties. They're locking down man-to-man, and the back of the field is wide open. And
well, they give
that is why
on the end. Lockridge, he breaks 2 tackles and finally brought down. If he could have slipped that last one, he would have had another 10 or 15 yards open field in front of him. He gets to the 42, so a gain of 8, but...
Well, that time he did a nice job running away from that blitz. But, yeah, you talk about 4th and 23, and there's no question. Yeah, they're going for it. They're not going to punt it at all.
Well, no safeties. I guess they're going to see if they can get enough time to throw it over the top. Because right now, here comes Fairview. They're going to throw the screen pass to no one. Incomplete. Only 3 white jerseys around where that ball landed. So the incomplete pass turns it over on downs. And they mark the ball at the 42-yard line. This is where Fairview will take over. And, Coach, not a bad exchange there for Fairview on the punt. They gain about 25 yards of field position.
Well, finally got a defensive stop, and instead of Page backing Fairview's offense up, playing the field position game, they go ahead and go for it and roll the dice, and Fairview's will take that spot.
Raines gets to the outside. He's going to gain 9, maybe 10 yards on this play. Let's see where they mark it. He does gain 10. And based on the spot, it's enough for a Fairview first down, just enough.
First down, Yellow Jackets.
Hey, Coach, that was a good run by Raines there, as they've got 8 in the box, or they got 10 in the box. Handoff this time.
Looks like Devin Penner.
Devin Penner making the carry. He gains 8, and now this Fairview running game starting to get some momentum.
Well, again, the wind looks like it's kind of died down a little bit, and they're going to get – Fairview is going to, with a minute 16 left in the quarter, they're going to hopefully get to go with the wind and maybe let Raines throw the ball a little more than – and Coach Hughes has kind of had to hold back a little bit with the wind conditions.
Raines going to line up under center this time. He takes the snap. He's going to go right tackle. And that was a good move there. He slid, found a little bit of a seam between the guard and the tackle on the right side. And the question now is it going to be enough for the first down? As they spot the ball. They're going to spot him a yard short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Well, definitely the referees did not ride down from Fairview with the Yellow Jackets on the bus. And, it just seems to not having been favorable spots so far going for the Yellow Jackets, but I guarantee you that Coach Hughes has got 2 plays right here and will not be punting the ball.
Let's see. He's gonna have to run at least one more play. So this is probably the last play. They rush up to the line. The snap.
Well, he did not make it.
And he's not going to make it.
He's not going to get down.
Well, and he's going to lose a yard back to the 40. As I think that was a direct snap off to the side.
Well, it actually looked like it went to Raines, and he handed it off. You know, that kind of formation is the old fumble Rooski.
Well, time has run out on the first quarter, and it's the Page Patriots with the lead, 14-6.
Well, 38 minutes later, we're finally done with the first quarter.
That's one of the longer quarters we've had in a while.
It is, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this press box. Thank you, Paige.
A couple of kickoff returns for a touchdown highlighted the start of this ball game as both teams trade kickoff returns. The Page offense got going, so we'll see what transpires here, but an all-important 4th down and 2 to start out this second quarter.
Well, talked about the last 4th down opportunity they had, and it came up just a bit short. Oh, Chris Hughes cannot afford to miss out on this opportunity. Again, in Page territory, they can come up with 0 points. Would not be acceptable.
Well, they got to take advantage of the field position that Page gave to him. They have gotten a first down, but right now, even if they don't make it, it would just be a kind of a switch. It would be a wash in field position.
Well, you see right there, you talked about it. Fall break has started for Williamson County Schools, and nobody's heading for warmer weather here. Everybody's kind of staying here and bundling up, and my philosophy is if it's ever going to be this cold, go ahead and snow.
That's right. So here we go. As Fairview only had 10 guys lined up. Somebody stayed on the line. Now they got him in there. Raines is going to roll out, and he's going to throw, and it's going to be a drop.
Oh, wow.
Good pass.
Well, Jaworski, who had been a madman on the defensive side of the ball, came out on a release of the tight ends. Nice pass by Raines. And it was just, I don't know, Will. It just seemed too simple, I guess.
It seemed too simple, a little pitch and catch, and the pitch part worked, but the catch part didn't. So now the Page Patriots will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 40. And he had, right in his hands, had a good opportunity to catch it. So here we go. Page will come to the line.
Well, let's see if Page goes back to what has worked early on in the first quarter, staying on the ground.
Well, here we go. They're going to bunch up the formation. And the pitch, well, nope, we're going to have a play. As the flag goes down, we're going to have a false start against the offense. So 1st and 10 is now 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark off.
Well, those 2 kickoffs spoiled us a little bit, Will. I thought we were going to have an offensive juggernaut showdown, and everybody's been going backwards since then.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a shootout here. As we're here just off Arno Road at Page High School. Homecoming tonight for the Patriots. Fake on the pitch, give to Mahasi. Mahasi gets across the 40. Down, looks like they're going to mark him about to the 42. So a gain of 7 yards. And Lockridge gets the pitch. This time he's going to go off to the right side. He runs over a couple of players. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down, but a good gain there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and short.
Well, tripped up, and Lockridge was running downhill on that play. And Penner, cornerback right there, tripped him up just in time. Now, we've talked about some important plays out here. This could be a big one. This could be another 2-play scenario from 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and 2 here. They try to spread out the defense a little bit, 3 wide receivers. Hand off to Lockridge. He's going to go to the outside and missed tackle there. He gets across midfield, and he drags a couple of players to the 45. A 7-yard gain will be enough for a Page first down.
Well, that was all Lockridge. Great balance. kept his feet moving, leaned enough for the first down. An all-important first down for the Page Patriot offense.
Page Patriots move the chain. So here we go from the Yellow Jackets 45 now, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Lockridge again. He goes up the middle. It's going to gain 3 yards here on this play. So we'll bring up 2nd and 7. Do a simple up the middle.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Patriots.
So now 2nd and 7 from the 42. Freeman gives to Lockridge again. He's going to cross the 40, get down to the 39. So another gain of 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4th down from the 39-yard line. So Lockridge now, they just kind of run a little off tackle, keeping him inside. But kind of what you probably more likely to see from Mahasi there. You see Lockridge, the speedy back. Let's see if they try to get him outside this time. Under center this time, Mahasi keeps it. He's going to be close. We'll see where they mark it. And just by where we're marking it, looks like he's going to come up a half a yard short.
Well, here comes Freeman off the field, and it looks like it is going to be 4th and short, Will. And it may look like they're going to punt it.
Yep. Freeman here on the sidelines. Well, they're going to go in. Wait a minute. There's flag on the play. Let's see. I think they huddled with 12.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So now a 4th and inches. Going to be backed up to 4th and, well, okay, yeah, 4th and 5. Here we go. The umpire did mark it. Whoops, he only marked, stepped off 4 yards, had to move it again. So here we go now. Cap's coming over to get the play.
Caps is
calling the play.
And he's 0 for 3 as the quarterback this year.
And here we go. Caps is going to keep it. He's going to go left side, and he is going to be short.
Yeah.
So he's going to be brought down a yard short of the first down, so gain of 4 on the play, but that's not going to be enough. And Fairview once again will take over on downs. 8:14 to go here in the first half. The score is still 14-6, and Fairview will now get an opportunity as both teams now just kind of playing between the 40s, Coach.
Well, you know, Fairview's going to have to come up with something special right here. At least get him in a good field position.
Raines throws to the screen. It's caught, but it's not going to get much on maybe a yard. Gertson on the reception.
Yeah. Well, Gertson is a senior that's 6 foot, 155, and
so now 2nd and 9 from the 37-yard line. Raines going back to throw again. Throws over to the side. Cavender on the reception this time. They're on the far side. Oh, excuse me, 5.
Well, Gertson
again.
Yeah, and Gertson again, the recipient of the passing. You know, the 2 for 2 passing. Unfortunately, it's only for 2 yards. So if you're going to throw the ball, you're going to kind of stretch the defense out a little bit here and see what Chris Hughes has up his sleeve.
Number 20, Alec Breckenridge, was on the tackle for Page. Raines going to throw again. Got some pressure coming up the middle. He makes the throw. It looks like it's caught. And that's going to be enough for a first down. And Gertson again on the reception. So 3 for 3 on this series.
Well, Breckenridge, the linebacker, is trying to keep up with Gertson, and Gertchen, the leading receiver for the Fairview Yellow Jackets this year with 14 receptions, 154 yards. And so add 3 more to that.
11 more yards. Here we go, 1st and 10. Rain's going to keep it this time. He's going to be drugged down from behind. The defensive end on the right side collapsing in. And Rains isn't going to gain much, if anything.
On the carry, number 9, Daniel Rains. Tackle on the play by number 44, Hunter Custer.
Well,
And number 64.
I think Coach Hughes probably thought we had softened the Page defense up and
Second down.
spread them out a little bit, but Custer right there on the stop.
I think right now Page is going to key in on Rains. They're going to make him have to beat him with his arm. And Rains going to flip out here on the screen. It's good across midfield. It's Pinner with the reception. And Pinner's going to gain about 6, maybe 7. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to spot it at the 47-yard line of Page.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
So 3rd and 4, gain of 6.
The Yellow Jackets.
So clock running, we're halfway through the second quarter. Still no scoring here in the second quarter, still 14-6 Page.
4 for the Yellow Jackets from the Patriot 47-yard line.
So 3rd and 4, Rains is going to go under center this time. Takes the snap, he runs himself, whistles blue.
There is a timeout on the field.
And we're going to get a timeout called by Fairview. So timeout on the field with 5:31 left to go in the second quarter, 14-6. Page is ahead. And right now, a big 3rd down play here, Coach. And you got to kind of feel the way the game's going tonight. We're still two downs to get 4 yards in this situation.
Sure, you know, we're not going to see many opportunities for the punting teams to come out on the field. And
A prize drawing for alumni.
Coach Hughes wants to make sure he has the right call play for this situation at 3rd and about 4.5, 5 yards. And,
Mr. Zach Johnson
you know, we talked about
winning tonight's prize.
being a district game. Of course, you know, you have
Zach Johnson, you can claim your
both
prize
teams
here at the press box.
playing in the same district but yet separate.
Yeah.
So, you know, Fairview.
Fairview's a 3A school. Page is a 4A school.
You know, and Page has won, you know, the last 3 after losing that game we saw to Ravenwood 20-0. They ended up having to go play here at Giles County, which is the district leader, and played them tough, 16-8. And since then, they've reeled off 3 straight and are looking for number 4 tonight.
Rains is going to fake the handoff, roll out. He's got a couple of defenders in his face, floats the pass. It's going to fall incomplete on the sidelines. So the pass falls incomplete, so we're going to get 4th and 4 now.
Well, with you know the way the Fairview defense is now played, you may think about punting and not giving Page a opportunity. But you know, every time tonight that Rains has gone out for back to pass or rolled out, he's always been going to his left and having to throw across his body. It seems like, and those are not going to be the most accurate throws you throw in your arsenal.
And the whole Fairview offense went over to the sidelines. We'll see what they come out in. Rains is going to come out, but we got a man deep and punter back deep. Page is going to stay in their base defense. Rains is still going to get it. Throw off here to the
Hook
side.
and ladder. They
It's
tried
the
to
hook
get
and
it.
ladder, and the ball's loose on the ground. Page is going to pick it up as the pass was complete, but picked up by the Patriots because we saw it in warm-ups. The hook and ladder was the attempt there out of the pump formation.
It looks like they snapped it short to Rains and went straight to the receiver right there, and he was trying to get it out there. He couldn't get it out of his hands quick enough.
Well, good defense there by Page, staying in their base defense, so
Yeah.
a corner was right on him, and so it didn't give him any time to set up the pitch.
Well, you would want to think there would be a checkoff on that, but you know these kids from Fairview are probably thinking, "Hey, we want to go for it." There he goes.
He's gone. There is a flag on the play, though, down across the 10-yard line, but hold up. I think we're going to have holding here on the sidelines.
45, Aaron Mahasi. Tackle on the play by number 5, Alex Gerchin. There is a flag on the play.
And number 5, Alex.
Holding against the Patriots.
And so the hold down here on the bottom. As a wide receiver, we'll see him out front here on the replay. It's right there.
I've seen worse.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
So 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul will actually be a net loss of only 2 yards since the foul occurred downfield. So
The stick was on our 49, not their 49, so they've moved the sticks twice already.
well,
We were on that 49, not this one.
yeah, let's
The ball's gone back 4 yards.
let's see what happened.
First and 14.
Well, there seems to be some confusion right now because after the big play, the sticks moved. And so they've reset the sticks, and,
Play never happened.
well, it's
Yeah.
like the play never happened, but Page is actually back about 4 yards.
And they benefited from
So,
that call.
yeah, Lockridge is going to get the carry. They really didn't benefit because
Well, no,
it was down to
you're
the
exactly
10-yard
right.
line. But I'm surprised the Fairview coaching staff, somebody missed it.
Bryce Douglas.
You think a get-back coach or somebody be paying attention to where the chains
Yeah.
were, where the line of scrimmage was the last time, because there really wasn't that much complaining from the Page or from the Fairview
Sideline.
sidelines when the boxes were moved back. So after a gain of 3, we're going to have 2nd and 7 from the Page 49-yard line. And once again on the carry is Mahasi, and nice little spin move there to keep his balance, Coach. He gained about 3 extra yards there.
Well, you got 4:20 and counting left until halftime. You've got to convert this first down and keep this drive alive. You know, Page, unfortunately, not down at the 5-yard line where they were with the holding penalty, but they've got to
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
make something happen right here and give them that cushion.
So now Lockridge back in the game. So we'll see him line up in the I formation.
45, Aaron Mahasi. They're on the 47.
So the handoff does go to Lockridge, and he's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great defense there, as there is no gain on this play. So a big 4th down now coming up for Page, and it seems like the next verse is the same as the first. We're continuing to get in these 4th and shorts, and both teams having to convert tonight.
Now, you talk about playing between the 40s, literally. It seems that we've been stuck between the 40-yard lines. And
so the Fairview defense can make one more stop here. You know, they got to feel some confidence going into the halftime. They'll get an opportunity to move the ball again. Lockridge's going to get it on the toss.
he's got outside.
He's got outside, but it collapses as the block was shed. This is going to be close. We'll have to see where they spot it.
On the carry for the Patriots, number 36.
I think he may have it, Coach. And he does have the first down. So they strung it out just long enough to get the Patriot first down, as they're going to mark the ball just across the 43-yard line, as the back nose is touching the 43. So Lockridge bounces out.
Plenty of blockers.
And number 5 for Fairview, Gertchen, he shed his block, and I thought he was going to be able to pull him down and stop him. And now, before we do first down, Coach Jack Daniels is going to call a timeout. So we got 2:41 to go here at halftime, and an all-important first down by the Patriots to keep the drive alive after the long run by Mahasi was called back on penalty. So Coach Daniels now got to get his guys to start thinking, got to pick up the pace a little bit here, don't you think, Coach? 43 yards away from touchdown. We haven't seen anything from a kicking game from Page tonight, even on the extra points. So you got to feel like they're thinking touchdown or bust.
Well, they're going to keep it on the ground with that wind again, continuing to pick up out there. And now they're facing it. You know, I think Mahashi and Lockridge are your two best bets. They're eventually going to break one, but this Fairview team has been the bend but don't break.
There you see Old Glory whipping in the wind tonight. As we've had continue to get rain here in the Middle Tennessee area, and the field is, if you can see all the dark brown spots on the field, as it's muddy and choppy, and footing sometimes becoming an issue. Lockridge has got it again. He's going to get across the 40, but not going to get much, just to the 39-yard line, so only a gain of 4. So they're going to need a few more yards than this, Coach, and they, like I said, got to pick up the pace as we're getting close to the 2-minute mark here in the first half. There you get a shot of the Page cheerleaders cheering on their team. They're in their warm-up suits tonight. Stay warm out here on the cold October evening. Faking the handoff. Freeman going to the outside, looking long downfield, floats it up, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted. And number 6, Caleb Duke, comes up with the interception.
And it looks like they may have a late hit as well after the interception. But you see Freeman, he's sprinting for his life.
Well, there's the flag. I would say the flag, if there is a flag, I'm thinking it's either a late hit or could be offensive pass interference. We'll see what they call here, because it looked like the receiver for Page wrapped him up just a little bit early. No, we're going to get the dead ball, personal foul. We are going to get the late hit.
Well, that definitely gives Fairview a great advantage, because they were going to have to be inside their own 10 to start with. Now they get the ball pushed out and get a little more of that comfort zone and kind of relieve. Chris Hughes may want to get his guys out of here at halftime. And
well, first and 10. I'm saying first and 10 at the 24 rather than first and 10 at the 9.
Yeah.
First and 10 at the 9, the Page defense might be thinking safety. Now you're just thinking, keep them from moving the ball down the field. We'll see if Fairview puts this in the air, just tries to run the clock out. Handoff, not going anywhere.
Well, and the thing that's Coach Hughes and the Yellow Jackets know that Coach Daniels and Page have no more timeouts left, and so they just got to keep up with the clock and make sure that they don't turn the ball over these next 2 plays.
Jaworski on the carry. It's a loss of 2. And Fairview is going to take their time as you see them heading back toward the huddle. So I don't believe Page has any timeouts left. I think they've used all 3 of theirs this half. So they can't stop the clock, and there's some confusion.
Yeah, I was going to say Fairview may have to call their last timeout.
Here comes the back judge looking at his clock. Here starts the count. So they need to hurry up and snap it, and
there we go.
Raines, seeing the back judge counting, as in high school football we don't have play clocks. The back judge at the 5 after 20 seconds will start a 5 count. Looks like the basketball ref as he does the arm count for the throw in. So he does a 5-second count, and if he gets to 5, it's the delay of game penalty. And they do it for the back judge, so the quarterback has a good view.
Right.
And is able to see. So Fairview uses their last time out. We're just under a minute, 59.7 seconds to go here in the first half. So 2nd and 12 will be coming up for Fairview. Yes. Right now you have to, like I say, you have to think Coach Hughes would be happy to get out of this half. As far as offenses goes, Page seems to have had the upper hand during this first half.
Well, you talk about just the score alone, 14-6. Fairview scored on the opening kickoff, and since then has just been kind of stuck running in the mud.
and Page really was only their second possession of the ball game is where they were able to move the ball down and score their touchdown. So the clock now running. As a loss of 2 more on the play as bring up 3rd down and 14. And so they'll just need to snap it one more time. So now clock running under 20 seconds. As Raines has got his eye on the back judge. He's waiting for him to start the count. He goes under center now. He'll take the snap. Raines will keep it. And he slips a tackle as he keeps running. He's just running out there to run time off. He'll go down after a loss of
Number 9, Daniel Raines, sacked on the
8 or
play.
9. Well, maybe.
James Sloan.
Let's see. We got the. Well, Page did have
Page
another
did
timeout.
have a hidden timeout
Oh, they had
up their
another
sleeve.
timeout. So now 3 seconds to go. Ball marked at the 11-yard line. Now
Oh, they're saying 3.4 seconds?
you have 3.4 seconds is what we have on the clock. So
Well, they got as the rain's starting to come down. They, you may want to go with Raines and just take the snap and
try to run
run around for 3
run around to
seconds.
3 seconds.
And make sure you just don't go to the end zone and lay down, or
Well, the way
don't go out of bounds.
yeah, but the way the snap has been tonight, there's so many other factors involved with this type of play. It's not as easy as it sounds. So
Well, the clock does start as soon as the ball is snapped.
yes.
So basically, you got 2 seconds to get around.
And an average play would take more than 3 seconds off the clock. So they should be able, if they want to, run out as long as it doesn't slip down or have to fall on the snap. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, with the wind, you may want to just throw it up, but it doesn't look like that.
They're bunching up the
Yeah.
formation. Now, doesn't have very far to go. He can only go 11 yards, and now they had 12 men in the
break with 12.
formation. So 12 in the formation is going to cost them another 5 yards. That's going to put the ball on the 6. Not much room now to
No.
run around, Coach.
You're exactly right. There's your breathing room right there. And
Half the distance to the goal penalty.
So 4th and 28.
yeah,
Brings up 4th down and 28
we've seen a lot of long 4th downs.
for the Yellow Jackets.
So now Coach Hughes got to be pulling his hair out now. Can I get out of here without giving up any points?
Well, he's
Raines,
looking. He's dancing.
He's dancing. He's run off the 3 seconds.
No.
And he stayed out of the end zone.
Well, when he heard that horn, he said, "Oh, thank you."
To go down. And so, a interesting first half of play. And so the score at halftime, Page Patriots 14, the Fairview Yellow Jackets 6. And we'll be right back with the second half after Pets of the Week. Well, we're back here for the second half as you see the halftime score once again. The Page Patriots 14 and the Fairview Yellow Jackets 6. Both teams are lining up here for the second half kickoff as Fairview will kick off to the Patriots. And an interesting first half. And Coach Brees, it was mostly a little short kick to the sidelines. Let's see, it stays in and just covered just in time as a Fairview player got down there awfully quickly. We almost saw a little bit of a slip up here to start as the Patriots get the ball, and really it's not a bad kick as they're going to put the ball in play around the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, special teams will have played an important factor on this game so far. 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, accompanied also by the Marquise Lockridge 16-yard touchdown run to give the Page Patriots a 14-6 lead.
So right now, empty backfield, going to pass down, and just underthrown. Good defense to deflect the ball down. And Zach Freeman's tried to go over the top. Bobby Brock with the pass breakup there. So 2nd down and 10 now as Coach Jack Daniels comes out throwing here in the second half. Is something they weren't very successful on in the first half.
Well, as a matter of fact, they were 0 for 2, and Zach Freeman had to run for his life a couple of times. But again, the wind to his back, so he's going to go ahead and try to throw some.
Zach Freeman again. He's going to be bottled up.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
He throws it. He's intercepted. And a big play here. The first big turnover as number 25, Wayne Jarosky, with the interception in the middle of the field, and Fairview now in business inside the 10-yard line.
Well, you're going to see Freeman right here. He's trying. Finally, it looked like he had some time to throw, and then all of a sudden it broke down. And I tell you what, trying to avoid the safety, he decides to toss it up to anybody in a blue jersey. And Jaworski, Johnny on the spot. And Fairview will, in great field territory, only had 48 yards total offense. They only need 4 to score. The odds are good.
Man in motion. It gives it to the motion man. Going to gain 2 or 3 yards on the play. And that's Pinner on the carry. As he'll gain 3.
No, Pinner only had
On
2
the
carries.
3-yard.
Yeah, 2 carries for 5 yards. Excuse me, Will. And that play did not make anything happen. They're going to have to try to do some kind of counter action and try to get that Page over pursuing defense to have an opening there.
2nd and goal. It looks to be marked at the 3-yard line. Raines will go under center again. Hand it off again to Pinner. Pinner goes over right tackle. They're going to mark him short, but I think he's made it all the way down to the 1-yard line, so 3rd and goal. So Fairview will have 2 shots here to tie this game up.
Well, they've run the same exact play twice, and you know, coaches sometimes will try to set up something else. To me, I think Coach Hughes needs to just go ahead and stick with that play. You only got 1 yard to go. Pinner is eventually going to see that end zone.
Well, it looks like the right side of the offensive line is the side that he trusts.
Well, they definitely have the jumbo to the right side.
Well, once again, Pinner on the carry. This time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Fairview. As the turnover, they capitalize on a drive that only goes 5 yards after the interception by Jarosky. And so now it's 14-12, and the Fairview offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 to tie this game up.
Well, we've seen missed PATs, but these missed 2-point conversions really play a big factor in the game.
I'll come back out in the spread formation here. Raines sends a man in motion. He's got it. Now he's going to throw it out here to the side. It's intercepted.
This is going for...
It doesn't go. Not in high school. You can't return it. As soon as the defense possesses it, the play is dead. So the pass intercepted, and the 2-point try is no good. So your score, 10-17 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 14-12, Page.
You see Pinner does a nice job. 3 straight tries at it, and that overload to the right side. And I think Coach Hughes saw something, and one of his assistant coaches had let him know that, Coach, we can be successful if we run over the right side.
Yeah.
And sure enough, but again, that 2-point conversion. What is baffling to me, Will, is it seems like the kickoffs have provided some kind of excitement each time, whether it's a successful kickoff or not.
Well, a couple of things we talked about at the opening of the game. Special teams and turnovers always seem to be the difference in a high school football game. So here we go. Fairview now lining up for the kickoff. Has now some momentum, some excitement on the Fairview sidelines. Elmer kicks this time. He kicks over that corner again. This time he kicks it too much of an angle as the ball goes out of bounds. And so ball goes out of bounds at the 30, so Page will probably take it at the 35-yard line, which they will.
5-yard illegal procedure penalty.
35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Well, this time Freeman is not out. We have Caps coming out in the backfield. So Caps comes in at quarterback this time. He is going to run the ball, and he's got some room on the left side. He's got the first down and more. He's across the 45 down to the 48-yard line. So gain of 13 and a first down.
Yeah, well, that's his second carry and 17 yards on the night. You think that they'd go back to Mahashi and Lockridge. Mahashi with 73 yards, Lockridge 68 yards on the night. So the dynamic duo there did a nice job of controlling that offensive line there.
And we got Caps back in. And looks like Zach Freeman, after that interception, might be a little bit in the doghouse. Freeman gonna pitch it off this time. And this is Mahasi on the carry. And Mahasi's gonna get one. So bring up 2nd and 9 from the Patriot 49.
Well, I'm trying to look on the page sideline for Mr. Freeman and yet to locate him. So hopefully everything's okay with him. Now Cap's not a throwing quarterback, Will, so look for him to keep it on the ground.
Cap's going to pitch off to Lockridge. Lockridge is going to be pursued. He slips a tackle and is going to get a gain of yardage across midfield down to the 46-yard line. So a gain of 5 on the play. So he'll be 4 yards short. He'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Bobby Bach had the play sniffed out and just could not make the tackle.
Well, you're right, Coach. I'm looking on the sidelines, too. I do not see Zach Freeman. I wonder if he has gone back to the locker room. He is not on the sidelines. So he may have gotten injured on that throw as he was brought down as he threw the ball. So sometimes you can get shoulder injuries on those. So we'll have to see. He comes back. Caps is going to keep it. He bounces to the outside. He's across the 40. He's going to get across the 30. He's finally going to be dragged out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Caps with a big carry. And they're going to put him at the 23-yard line, so a gain of 23.
But again, Ryan Caps showing his shiftiness and speed right there. You know, and if Caps, if Page has to go to any type of throwing situation, I'd look for Houston Bagsby, number 9, to come in and play quarterback.
Caps going to call timeout now. So this will be their first timeout of the second half. So far this second half, a turnover to Fairview touchdown. But Page now answering as they're driving down the field. So they got 1st and 10 from the Fairview 23, 8:08 to go here in the third quarter. And right now, Page right now on the move, Coach, as they've gone back to kind of what got him the first touchdown, the running game.
Well, yeah, exactly. And, you know, you Lockridge with that 16-yard carry to put him up to 14-6 after the trade of the kickoff returns. And now, again, Fairview gets an easy score. And Page is answering here with a long drive. It started at the 35 and now worked their way down inside Fairview 23 and a half.
First and 10. Give is to Lockridge. This time,
Yeah, Bobby Bach definitely was not going to miss that tackle.
well, he missed one earlier.
Yeah.
And this time he made sure he was able to drag Lockridge down. And he's going to drag him down for a loss. And loss looks to be of 2 yards. 3 yards, actually. Wow. So 2nd and 13 from the 26. Caps has it. He's going to keep it and go over left side. He's got a hole. He's going to get about 10, 12 yards maybe. He looks to be a little bit short of the first down, but a big gain there on 2nd down, bringing up 3rd and short.
Well, Caps, again, you see, just takes a direct snap, kind of a wildcat look. And a nice run. And, you know, one thing, Will, you got to talk about is, you know, you sit there and watch film over and over of Zach Freeman and Marquise Lockridge and Mahashi, and now here comes in the change in the second half. You know, with the Freeman injury, it looks like with Caps, and Fairview's got to adjust.
Caps on the carry again, and this time Caps is going to get enough to get the first down.
Yeah.
Another big gain.
You talk about the change of offensive philosophies coming in with Ryan Caps, 1 carry for 4 yards. Now he's probably carried the ball at least 8 times this quarter. So
all right, we got 1st and 10. Looks like around the 12-yard line. Caps gives the Lockridge and rock again.
25,
25,
Wayne, yeah, Jaworski. I tell you what, that young man has come to play on defense.
It looks like somebody's getting in the backfield all the time. They're kind of keying in on Lockridge. They're not letting him trying to keep him from bouncing it outside. As you can see, the wind is once again
Oh, man, it is
really picked up.
It's even cold in here in the press box now.
So loss of 5 on the play. Cap's going to keep it this time. He's going to slip a couple of tackles. He's dragging players. He's going to get inside the 5, down to about the 2. Big play gain there for Caps. 14 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 1.
Well, you know, you may be right, Will. They may have been keying on Lockridge this whole time, and Caps with the keep. He is very successful so far in this drive.
Caps again keeping it.
He can walk in.
He's going to walk in. Big hole on the left side. And Caps off a big drive with a 2-yard touchdown. And so your score now, pending the extra point, Page 20, Fairview 12.
I could tell you were waiting to use that line all night.
Here we go. Now we're going to try for 2 points here. The offense still on the field.
Well, you know, they convert this 2-point conversion. It's a two-score game.
Gives it to Lockridge. Lockridge is going to barrel on the right side,
good.
and no, he does not get in. An emphatic signal by the line judge.
That gives, you know, Fairview to open the door there, right there, to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion to put this game even.
So with 5:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the score is Page 20, Fairview 12. Here's a replay of the touchdown. You'll see Caps. He just slides in as there was a huge hole there on the left side as everybody thought he was going to bounce it outside.
Well, you got to give credit to that Page offensive line again, proving when it's necessary they can do the job. And I tell you what, well, our friends up here in the press box have finally come to their senses. Shut the window, shut the door, keep the heat in, because it is getting cold. When you got to wear a ski cap inside, you know it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. When these headsets, these nice headsets that they've got for us, they feel really good on the ears on nights like this. So Cole Meenick's going to kick off. Here you see a nice view of the press box here at Page High School. It's a beautiful structure, especially on a night like this.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're going to have the reverse again. Penner's going to take it, and this time he's going to be sniffed out and drilled. Desi crossed the 15-yard line. Carter McCord on the stick.
Was not.
And this time,
Going to be tricked on that play.
No, the Patriots sniffed that one out. So it'll be 1st and 10. Doesn't even make it to the 15. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. So long field for the Yellow Jackets. Raines will bring him to the line. He'll go under center.
And Fairview still with that opportunity to tie this game with one score.
Pitch back. It's going to be reversed. And the pass is back to Raines. Raines isn't going to get much.
Or they got a flag in the backfield.
We'll see what happened.
His knee may have been down when he caught it.
But we may get roughing the passer. And unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, Jack Daniels is putting his hands up in the air.
We were following the ball. We didn't get to see. There you see, well, it's something that happened behind the play. As the referee threw his flag, we didn't get a shot of it on our cameras there. They're giving Coach Daniels the number. So that it's a huge 15-yard penalty here. As the play went for not much. The little reverse, then pass back to Raines. So 1st and 10 now by penalty is going to give the Yellow Jackets the ball at their own 28.
You know, with an offense like Fairview struggling like the way it has, any type of free yards is always beneficial.
Raines is going to go back. He's looking downfield to pass. He's going to throw over the middle. He's got a man in the middle, and he puts it right between 3 Page defenders. And Penner on the catch.
Oh, Penner's been pretty active this second half, and Raines.
Gain of 19 yards.
Raines was 5 of 9 for only 23 yards, but again, the wind plays a big factor this quarter, having to go into the wind. And a strong throw by Raines and showing his ability.
And he put that in the perfect spot. There were 3 Page defenders around Penner, and Raines was able to put it in the spot that only Penner could catch the ball. And Raines fumbles the snap. He goes down to get it. I know they're going to mark him where he was been. He had to get on a knee to pick it up. So they'll mark it at the 39-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. So back to the 41. So the Yellow Jackets hurry up to the line. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what happened. And we're going to get a false start against Fairview. So this will back them up another 5. So that'll bring up 2nd and 20 now from the 36. So right now penalty helped Fairview to begin this drive, but now penalties costing them.
You talk about having that good pass play and having to go backwards again by the penalty. It just seems like Fairview is stuck in the mud, literally, offensively.
Raines now going back. He's going to throw down the sidelines. This ball is going to be caught by the wind and knocked down. And it falls 5 yards short of its intended target. And so that'll bring up 3rd and 20. And it's really important now for Fairview to gain some yards here, because the way this wind is blowing out there right now, Coach, a punt's not going to go very far.
Again, 3:32 and moving rather slowly.
So right now, 3rd and 20. Going to throw a screen pass over here. Gertschen's not going to get much. In fact, he's going to lose more. They're going to lose more territory. Loss of 4 on the play, so now 4th down, 24 from.
You know, a lot of these new spread offenses are always a good offense to have in dry, comfortable weather. But when it gets sloppy, it seems like they just can't recover offensively.
Elmer back to punt. Caps back to receive. Elmer gets it up in the air, and the wind's going to knock this down. So it's going to go out of bounds at the Page 45. So a 23-yard punt. And punt didn't even make the line to gain. So now Page with a short field from the 45, and this is got to be a big stance for the Fairview defense here, as they can ill afford to go down by more than one score. So Cap's getting his directions from Coach Daniels. Coach Hughes now going to have to implore his defense to come up with a stop here as we're winding down the third quarter. Caps is going to keep it. He's going to bounce the outside. He's got some room across midfield. He's going to get across the 40 and finally knocked out of bounds. Well, actually, he doesn't get out of bounds. He's knocked down, but he'll go down at the 36. A huge gain.
Well, the defense
19 yards.
Yeah, the defense has got to figure out, Will, that Ryan Capps has only got one option. He's either going to pitch it or he's going to keep it. We know he's not going to throw it. Fairview's cornerbacks just seem like they're getting blown up out there and not even affecting the play to bring it back inside.
And it looks like, yeah, they're going to call the first down. Okay, I thought there for a second the referee made a signal for a penalty, but he was just signaling the first down. So Page now lines back up. And the ball's on the ground. Caps picks it up on the hop, jumps over a defender. It's going to gain, looks like it's going to gain about 4 on the play.
Well, you're just going to see an athletic play by a very talented young man.
Now, if you ever watched Australian rules football on ESPN, some of the old, long time ago, they have to bounce the ball as they go so many yards, and that looked like Caps dribbled the ball off the ground, picks it up, makes a great leaping play, and Caps going to keep it again. He's going to go over right side across the 30.
Well, eventually, Will, Ryan Capps is going to get a little tired. Maybe he's going to ask for maybe a little pitch. Let me hand it off to someone else, but you know what? By him looking down at his wristband, he's got to know that he's not going to – it's going to be a different play now.
Well, he's got a couple of good options. Mahasi and Lockridge have gained some good yardage tonight. He has Mahasi in the backfield right now. He's going to give to him. Left side, Mahasi. He's going to get a big run.
I believe they have a hold by number 74, Will.
It looks like the second big run by Mahasi is going to be brought back, and the umpire emphatically threw his flag on the ground.
Yeah, and he's saying Ryan Capps has 8 straight runs without a penalty. I touch it one time for a 30-yard run, and it's getting called back. Somebody help me out here.
Well, Mahasi's lost about 70 yards due to holding penalties. So this is a big one for the Patriots now. 3rd and 3 is going to go back to 3rd and 13. Clock running down, getting close to 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Give to Mahasi. This time not going to get much as he goes over left tackle. Gain maybe about 3. Actually, maybe only a gain of 2.
Yeah, and it
looks like it's going to bring up 4th and 11.
And Mahasi's slow to get up, and that's not a good sign because, you know.
He's limping off right now. He may have got his ankle twisted up there in the middle of the pile. So he's going to walk over to the sidelines, try to walk it off. So Lockridge now in the backfield. He's going to lead block for Caps. Caps trying to get it up inside. He's not going to make it. He only gains about 5 yards. That's not going to be enough. And Fairview will take over on downs.
Well, the key for both these teams, Will, is going to try to stay as healthy as you can with these last 2 games because, as currently it stands, Page is going to finish Marshall County here next week, and then a big game at Spring Hill with playoff applications to it, or implications, excuse me, and Fairview has got to hang on and try to finish out strong at Lewis County, and then go just across the border to Hickman County. And so having those people that are injured come back.
Rain's going to keep it. He's going to be smothered at the 31. And that play, as time's running out, is probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. So right now this winds down. Fairview's going to have to find something to get going, get their offense going, because right now the short field's been the only thing that they've been able to work. They turned a turnover into 6 points. The Page was able to drive the length of the field for their score, and so at the end of the third quarter, the Page Patriots maintain their 8-point lead, 20-12.
We're going to get to see Fairview's offense at least going with the win this quarter, and with the way their offense is set up, throwing the ball is part of it. Any type of advantage they can get here is going to be key, and the Page fans are just excited to.
Got a little Cotton Eye Joe over the loudspeaker. Everybody getting
everybody's involved now.
So here we go. As the Page crowd is excited here once again on homecoming.
Hey, there's our man Phillip right there,
He's made a big run.
Big run. He is in some big trouble there with his mom. His shoes not as clean as they were when he got here.
And no, as it is a little muddy. The ground is definitely soft out there. So here we go, getting ready to start the fourth quarter, and for Fairview, like you said, an all-important change in direction, because now they're going to be throwing with the wind. So now your danger is overthrows rather than the.
Well, Fairview's been very limited on big plays, and when you say big plays, more 10 or plus yards. With only 4 first downs in the first half, they've really got to come up with a big play.
And here we go down the sidelines. Throw for Brock. He's got it. He's across the 40, across the 30. It's a foot race across the 20. He'll finally be drugged down at the 11-yard line. And, Coach, there's your big play.
Okay, Chris Hughes must hear me from over there. He's got his headset on, listen to. You got to have the big play. There you go. He says, man, we finally got the wind with us. Bobby Bach, I tell you, I remember seeing him 2 years ago and thinking he's going to be a pretty good receiver. Sure enough. Hey, they just don't give those stickers out on the back of the helmet for nothing.
Gain of 57 yards on the pass play. And now the Yellow Jackets in business. 1st and 10 at the 12.
Oh,
the
no.
Snap. Raines has got to fall on it. Did he get it back?
Yep.
And they're holding up 2 fingers, so Raines was able to fall back on it. The center with a little quick snap. So they'll get a fresh ball in on the play. And now, once again, this is we've done a lot of playing down here on the right side of the field. You can see how choppy the ground is. And, we talked about Fairview out here doing a lot of practice during warm-ups. This is the side of the field that they warmed up on. And so this seen a lot of action here on the right side of the field. Man in motion, the snap, the give, the pinner, and he is going to be swamped over. And he's going to lose yardage. And he's going to lose, looks about 4 yards. Back to the 16. So 3rd and 14 to go, and because Fairview looked to be in business, but now they're going backwards. They're going to have to find another play.
Well, for some reason, they cannot convert this touchdown. You got to give credit to Page, defensive back Jordan Sheffield, for running Bach down and making the touchdown-saving tackle. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw one up here to Bach in the corner of the end zone.
Here we go. The throw is to the end zone, and it's defended well.
Well,
as Ryan Capps on the coverage there was able to knock it down.
Well, Gertchen has been the go-to guy for Raines. But, you know, you don't want to go to Capps' side. That young fella has played offensively and defensively one of the most all-around games we've seen.
4th and 14 from the 16. Big play here for Fairview. They need to get this ball in the end zone, take advantage of the 57-yard pass. Single safety back.
Again, he's rolling left.
Fairview. He rolls over. The pass is caught. It's not going to get the yards to gain. Gertchen.
Yep.
Gertchen with the catch. He gets to the 9, but he's going to be well short. He needed to get to the 2.
Yeah.
So Page defense gives up the big play. Bend but don't break, as they are able to hold Fairview out of the end zone, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 9.
Well, Sheffield, 24. If this game ends like that, he is the guy to thank, because he definitely made this game, you know, 20-12 instead of 20-18 with a 2-point conversion to tie. Well, plenty of time left, and we saw what happened last time Fairview had Page backed up.
Capps hands off to Lockridge. Lockridge on the outside, spins away across the 20, and he's going to finally be brought down to 24.
Well, again, Fairview's got to recognize, listen, Capps isn't going to put the ball up. I'll put all 11 guys. I'd throw another guy in there if you could put 12 guys out on the field. But, well, you see Lockridge coming out. Now you got Mahashi in there. I think Capps has been pretty comfortable following him in the backfield.
Well, for Coach Daniels right now, he's got to feel like he'd like to run off as much of this clock as possible. And this time Capps is met at the offensive line. He did not get anything. And in fact, we'll see where they mark it, as he runs right into
Jaworski. 25. Oh, my goodness.
That was a textbook tackle right there, and he helped him up. Good sportsmanship.
He is. Yeah. You know, he's had 6 tackles in the first half, and he probably added about 3 more. He's looking at double digits.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Patriots. Capps gives it to Lockridge. He bounces it to the outside here. He's got one man to beat on the outside across the 40. He's finally brought down at the 45. Henner on the tackle, but that's going to be enough for another Patriot first down.
Well, you're going to see, you know, Will, you're going to see right here just a lot of Fairview Yellow Jackets kind of tired. You know, Gertchen's out there. I mean, you name it, a lot of two-way guys going on out there. And
out on defense.
Raines.
Henner's out on defense. Yeah, they're having the injuries. This is where injuries really hurt you at the high school level. You have so many guys playing both ways, and that other teams, good running teams, they can just beat you up and wear you out. Capps on the carry again is going to gain another gain of 9 more yards as the Patriots now cross midfield. We have under 8.5 to go here in the ballgame. Capps gives it to Lockridge again. He's got a big hole. He's going to bounce it out. He's going to beat his man, one man to beat. He's going to beat him to the corner and get in for the touchdown. 48 yards on the score as Lockridge just bounces it out to the right side. And it's a foot race to the end zone, won by Maurice Lockridge.
Now, Marquise Lockridge, you got a foot race. Put your money on that young man.
So now it's 26-12, 8:02 to go in the ball game with the 2-point conversion now.
But you take 14 touchdowns to start the game with, and you put 2 more on it.
Caps is going to keep it this time,
wow.
and he got it easy as he bounces it out. So 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the ball game. Page High School now owns a 28-12 lead, and here's a replay of the touchdown run.
And Lockridge getting into that second level, and you can close the book.
Penner actually was able to run him down, but just too
to field
too late.
Yeah, the field had shortened on him, and that was it. That orange pylon is what he needed to get to. But you're right, 8 minutes left.
Well, Fairview does have big play capability, as we saw with the 57-yard pass in their last possession. So,
well, you know, that's an 8-point swing. The touchdown saving tackle against now Lockridge with the score. Excuse me, that's possibly a 16-point swing.
So now Patriots took over at the 9, a 91-yard drive. Capped off by the 48-yard run by Lockridge. So now here we go. As Fairview will receive the kickoff now. Cole Meenick will tee the ball up, get ready to kick off here. It's a high kick.
Somebody
fielded at the 20.
That's a pretty good catch.
It was a very good catch on the run. And brought down at the just shy of the 30-yard line. Bach on the return. They're going to mark him right at the 30, so 1st and 10 from there.
William Leach, 72. A nice tackle on Bach on the special teams, and it's going to be interesting to see what Fairview's first play out of the gate here is. They went up top, had to mismatch with Bach on the last series.
We got one-on-one coverage down here on the bottom. As Bach, they fake the short pass. Bach's going to go out and try to make a one-handed grab at the midfield mark, but he is just out of his reach.
No, they faked the hitch pass to him. You can see it right here. The pump fake sold it for just 2 seconds. And again, the wind came into play right there and overshot Bach.
Raines this time, he is going to throw it short to Bach. He's going to catch it across the 35. It's going to be a gain of 5 right to the 35.
Well, this time the Fairview receivers need to know where the first down markers are and go to that and get that first down. Don't be short.
Well, the Patriots are now with a single safety. They're playing back just a little bit. Now they're going to come up. There's no safeties back this time.
We got 4 wide over here on the left side.
And it's going to be a screen pass. And it's caught. Big yardage across the 40 and the 45. Finally brought down at the 47-yard line. Hunter Branch on the reception.
What's that? He went in motion. Not the greatest looking pass, but it's effective.
I think this was you saw the Page defense run up to the line. So maybe they saw something in film. They're doing it again. And they think this is going to be a short pass. It is over the middle. It's tipped, and it hits the ground, incomplete, almost picked off. As a bunch of Page seemed to know exactly where that play was going.
Well, you know, once the ball's tipped, it's a live ball, and you can hit anybody anywhere. Carter McCord, number 40, almost reeled it in.
So 2nd and 10 now. And we're going to have a false start here. Everybody moved except the center. So we'll get a false start against against Yellow Jackets. So 5-yard penalty, bring up 2nd and 15. Raines going back to pass again. He's looking over the side. Got Brock. And deflected.
There he is. Jordan Sheffield playing a Cortland Finnegan. And they keep trying to go to Bach. Sheffield realized, hey, fooled me once. I got to do it the second time.
And that ball was slightly underthrown. If that ball has a little more air to it, Brock's able to run under it. It's going to be a big game, but now 3rd and 15.
Well, they need this conversion.
Here we go. It's going to be a screen in the middle. And with room to roam across midfield. And going to get the first down.
Now, Devin Penner. Well, a great call by Coach Hughes right there, knowing that the Patriots were going to sell out and just bring the house.
Penner with a gain of 17 on the screen pass. Gets a first down for the Yellow Jackets, and they keep this drive alive. As they move the chains, as right now they can't afford to give the ball up. So right now they're continue to drive down in Page territory at the 42-yard line. And it looks like, well, here you go. They're running up to the line. Here's the back judge now starting his count. They're going to have to snap it quick. They get it off just in time. Raines throwing over here to the sidelines, and a little miscommunication as that ball was thrown to the inside and the receiver ran to the out and almost picked off.
We see this is more of Fairview's style of offense. Now with the wind to their back, they're going to get that opportunity to control the ball like they want to and not really rely on Raines' legs as much.
The Fairview offense right now taking their time calling the play in. And last time they got really close to a delay of game call. Here we go. Raines in trouble. Big block. And Raines going to throw it down. And let's see. Is there a receiver in the area? And this pass is going to be incomplete. So we're going to get 3rd down and 10. So Coach Hughes now looking at his play chart. He's calling it in range, 3rd down and 10. There's the snap. Pressure's on. Raines gets away. He's going to run with it. He's across the 40, lowers his head, and he looks like he's got enough as he gets close to the 30-yard line, as he'll pick up another Jacket first down.
Well, what all those passing plays do, Will, is they really open up the defense and spread them out, and that gives Raines time to scramble.
You see him there directing traffic with the blocks, and he lowers the shoulder, goes forward. Clock now running as we get down to 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Raines back to throw again. This time he's going to let go. Slips out of his hands. And no one's able to get to it. Lucky for him, it went to a spot on the field where there was nobody around, defense or offense.
Again, it looked like he was trying to either go to Pinner or Bach over there. And that.
And they'll get a new ball, a fresh ball in. Raines did come over the sidelines, wipe his hands off. Now they call the play. So here's the snap. Raines again going back to throw. Throwing down the middle. Has got a man. It's deflected. Great defense by Capps.
Wow. Ryan Capps. Nice play.
And that time.
And you see Raines plenty of time to throw.
Gertchen now, a quarterback throws down the line.
Wow.
Is it caught? He caught it.
Devin Pinner. Not only was that not from Raines, that was from Gertchen, who's come in and played quarterback. Gertchen he's 8 of 17 this year for 112 yards and 2 touchdown passes, so he's done it. And now Gertchen looks like he's going to the wide out, and Raines is coming.
Raines is back in at quarterback now. And Gertchen just heaves that up. Pinner goes up to the highest point to get it. Now Raines in big trouble.
Oh, he's got escapability.
He's going to the left side. He's going to be drugged down from behind. It was first and goal from the 7. He gets down to the 5.
He went from losing 10 to gaining about 2, and he ran about 30 yards.
He'll actually be about the 6. It'll be second and goal from the 6, a gain of 1 on the play.
Okay.
And this time, Fairview has to punch this in.
And they have to have some.
Pinner on the carry. And that time, Gertchen was back in at quarterback. Pinner gets down to the 3-yard line, so third and goal after a gain of 3.
They're going to catch maybe Page with some substitution, and there's the flag. He didn't get off the field, Will.
No. Page tried to substitute. They hurried up. So this will move it half the distance to the goal.
Looks like Carter McCord was trying to get off the field and just couldn't do it.
So this will move the ball to the 1.5. So third and goal just inside the 2. And they're going to bring in a fresh, clean football. Raines again under center. There's the snap.
Oh, wow. Nice play. The Page defense did not bite on that fake.
All right, big play now. Fourth down.
Breckenridge. Yeah. Is that Gertchen that was on the carry? Yeah.
Yeah, Gertchen on the carry.
Breckenridge, and now it's Coach Hughes is going to take a all-important timeout with 3:40
and now this is the ball game right here. You've got to come up with a big play here. Get the ball in the end zone. Because with 2 scores and the way Page has been running the ball, they should be able to run. They get the ball back. They should be able to run the clock out. So.
Well, it looks like you need to take Raines and put him in the shotgun and give him let him see the field a little bit instead of going back under center. They just don't have the push. Looks like the offensive linemen are just kind of exhausted out there.
Well, and when they got the touchdown in the third quarter, they used Penner in the backfield.
Yeah.
And was able to use him off right side.
Well, they probably may need to do some motion, maybe try to see if they're going to stay in man or if they're playing zone. But you know, there are a lot of options out here for the Fairview team, and that's, you know, normally you see a team, you're counting on one or two guys and looking at them and keying on them. Fairview's got a lot of weapons out there.
My option on left side, line Brock up down here at the bottom, roll to his side. Then you got the option. You throw it to him or you run it in.
Right.
Going to run to the left side. Raines is going to throw it into the end zone. It's caught.
Got it.
For a touchdown. Raines escapes again.
Oh, my goodness. It looked like
Gertson with the touchdown. And so now 28-18, an all-important two-point conversion coming up here to get it to within one score.
Well, you talk about Raines' escapability. Oh, my goodness. And that young man has gone left across his body all night long and has made a play. And when it counted, the Fairview Yellow Jackets have answered the call.
So here we go. They need to hurry and get the play in. The ball has already been set and marked for play.
Yeah, you don't want to waste a timeout if you need the ball back.
You don't want to waste a timeout, and you don't want to get a delay of game penalty here. Make it 8 yards. Here comes the count. The back judge, you can see his arm moving.
And Coach Hughes is looking.
And they don't see it. And Coach Hughes has to call a timeout. Wait. Nope, he did not call the timeout, so now they got to get it in from 8 yards. Big 5-yard penalty there on the try.
Well, even you see on the field, even after the score, you see them walking. The Yellow Jackets are just exhausted, just been in like a street fight and just trying to get back up to the line of scrimmage and do it again.
So Raines is going to pitch it back.
Oh, man, he's open if somebody can throw it.
Nobody to throw it. As they are able to smother Penner. And so now 3:39 to go. Your score, Page 28, Fairview 18. And I have to guess, Coach, we're getting ready to see probably an onside kick.
Well, that and you know, that halfback pass was open there for a minute. He just could not get it off. And right there, you know, watching Caps for Page, the quarterback that's coming in the second half, as we see the touchdown pass. And Gertson is going to be nice job of the jump ball situation, but you go back to Caps, he was rubbing his elbow and looked like he took a stinger right there. So
remember, folks, if you would like a DVD of tonight's game, you can call 472-4032. They're $20 per copy, or you can check out our website at www.wc-tv.net. And there you can download games from all the games that we've had this season. This week's game will be up sometime toward the end of next week. Remember, you can always catch us on WCTV every Saturday and Sunday with replays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and also during the week. And also, if you feel like staying up and popping the popcorn and late night on Friday night, we have same-day coverage at midnight.
barely same-day coverage.
Barely.
Well,
actually, it is next day, technically,
but theoretically,
same night coverage.
Yeah.
Well, here we go for the kickoff. It is an onside kick.
Yeah,
it does not get 10 yards, but the question is who touched it first. If Page touched it first, but Page may have the ball, let's see. Referee's talking it over. It's recovered by the Patriots. All right. So Page gets the onside kick. And they're going to get the ball at the Fairview 49. So 1st and 10, and right now if you're Page, it's time to run the flag, and half of the defense is not on the field.
Well, the referee looks like he's going to hold it.
And
they're trying to get the change set, which also helped.
they only have 10 on the field. And a big carry. Aaron Mahasi on the carry. He's going to get enough for a first down. And Fairview still,
well, they've scratched
with
him.
only 10 players on the field.
And they've scratched and battled all night. And you hate to see it end like this.
I don't think the coaching staff realizes that they only got 10 guys out there.
Yeah, looking for 11.
And there comes number 11. Usually, after one play, an official will say, hey, coach, you only got 10 guys. You might want to get somebody else out there. And now they're going to just take as much time as they can. Caps will take the snap now. He'll take it, and he'll go up the middle, and he's going to get good yardage across the 30 down to the 29. Clock still running as we're approaching 3 minutes to go. They'll mark it right at the 30-yard line. So second down and 3. And Coach, we talked about earlier the injuries and everything that's plaguing Fairview right now, and one of their keys, they need to get healthy, and they put up a valiant effort tonight here in the conditions of cold, wet field. So here's the snap. Cap's going to give it up to Lockridge. Lockridge going to bounce to the outside. He's across the 20. He makes another move. He's going to cross the 10. Or no. Sorry, I was looking at the lead blocker. I lost him in
he got to the
window frame here. I was trying to watch him go by, but he got down to the 12.
Yeah. And you see Lockridge, and the Page offensive line is just wearing out the Fairview defensive line, and
Well, the Page offensive line's fresher.
Yeah.
They've,
and going back to the injuries, we got to wonder where Zach Freeman, if he's okay and still trying to figure out.
Well, I think I finally saw him come back out. He had the hoodie on. He had the uniform off. So
okay.
He's down the sidelines. Cap's going to keep it this time, and Caps is going to get across the 5. Or actually, he's going to be marked a little short of the 5. Gets down to the 6.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Daniels takes a knee right here and tries to punch in the score with 1:35 and counting left. I know what the homecoming crowd would like to see. The Yellow Jacket right there, probably one of the warmest people out here.
That's true. Usually a mascot would suffer at a football game when those hot August. They love it come October and November. Let the clock once again run all the way down.
And you gotta love
the camp.
Ryan Capps has pulled off a tremendous.
This time to Mahasi. Mahasi is going to. He's going to be a couple yards short of the first down as time continues to run. The officiating crew not in a hurry to get this ball put into play.
Yeah.
So third down and 2 to go. Ball at the 4 with time running down.
Well, Page is going to improve in the district, and
Fairview.
I'm sorry, Willie. And Fairview's really going to have to claw and fight to get that playoff spot.
So here's the snap. Cap's going to run up the middle, and he's going to give surrender as he falls down. And Cap's that's going to be the last play, so they won't need to snap it again. So a valiant effort tonight by both teams. Good game here on the WCTV Game of the Week. Our annual look at Page and Fairview. And from Page, it ends in a Page victory. And your final score, once again, you see both coaching staffs get together at midfield. Your final score from Page 28, the Fairview Yellow Jackets 18. For Coach Brees and the guys in the truck, I'm Will Shipman. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next week. on the WCTV Game of the Week.